Friends, welcome. I am happy to bring you my daily diary once again, this time for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, March the 28th, 29th, and 30th of 2023. What did I do during these days? Well, these were 3 office days here at our headquarters in Titusville, Florida. And I started on Tuesday morning, as usual, early, doing some taping in the studio, having some conversations with administrative staff, and then having our all-staff briefing at 8:30. I then went into a little bit of desk work and then started meeting with some staff at 9:30 a.m. with our resource department associate. At 10 a.m. I went into the studio, and together with our executive director, Janet, I taped a program for Holy Week for one of our evening broadcasts, explaining the meaning of Holy Week and, of course, connecting it with the pro-life themes. Then at 11, as soon as that taping was over, she and I had a meeting with our travel coordinator to look at invitations and upcoming trips. Then at 11:30, I had a call on Zoom together with 2 of our staff people who work on management of our data and our lists, and we did some work in regard to that. At 11:45, I met with 2 of our website associates, and they updated me on various work regarding our many websites. Took lunch then after that, did some more desk work, checking in on emails. Some of the topics, by the way, that I dealt with on emails here in between these different meetings are, updates to our action item section of our webpage where we call on you to take particular actions, working on some tasks for our newest staff person. We got a new full-time staff person just the other day. Giving approval to appeals, promoting a show I did with Warren Williams, a pioneer in men and abortion, and worked with him. I worked to promote that show with him. And then preparation for our upcoming national Zoom call with our Silent No More regional coordinators, which we do that call every month. After all of this, I had a 1:30 meeting with our street activism coordinator, Brian, followed by a 2 o'clock interview here in the TV studio with 2 of our 50-person staff, and these 2 have been serving us for decades. They're not the only ones who have been with us that long, but Ruben and Krista did a nice job summarizing the joyful enthusiasm they have for doing this work with our Preach for Life team, both of them for over 20 years. The interview concluded, and then I went right into the office of our communications director, and we talked about the book that is being written about the impact of Preach for Life on the pro-life movement, and we went over more details about that book. That was a 3 o'clock meeting, followed by a 3:45 meeting in which I met with, again, some of our website staff people, and they gave me some reports about the ongoing improvement of our web pages. Followed then by a 3-hour meeting from 4:30 to 7:30, a dinner meeting with our vice chairman, and we were going over plans for major projects for 2023 and 2024. Lots of things on the horizon, some of which you see as you get our emails. That meeting finished at little after 7:30. I hurried back to the studio and did live programming at 8 o'clock for our Praying for America program. That went from 8 to a little after 8:30. And then right after that program finished, while I was even still in the studio, I started dialing on my cell phone to connect with 3 other pro-life leaders for a nighttime strategy session with 3 of our key colleagues in the movement. And we had a meeting that lasted about 45 minutes. And after that, I was ready for bed. So that was Tuesday the 28th. Wednesday the 29th, again, starting early with some tapings. Conversation with administrative staff while I was having breakfast. All staff meeting at 8:30. And then followed by a little bit of desk work, and then a 9:30 meeting with our political outreach coordinator and website coordinator together, getting some information together for you regarding not only the elections, but state battles on different pro-life measures. So that was at 9:30, and then some desk work, some of the things I was dealing with, revision of the Rachel's Vineyard brochure. I'm pastoral director of Rachel's Vineyard and chairman of the board, largest ministry in the world for healing after abortion. Working, this is very exciting, with a major Catholic organization on an online course that they want me to present on pro-life, and you'll be hearing more about that as the details get finalized. Reaching out to media for various upcoming interviews, preparing to be on a national prayer call, just work finalizing some of the logistics for that, giving approval for appeals that are going out, giving approval for a press release, advisory, I should say, going out about April as Abortion Recovery Awareness Month. Likewise, in regard to that, doing some work on our site called whatfollowsabortion.org, and it's an educational site. Worked with one of our staff to finalize a document of a lot of the nice praise that comes in for our executive director, Janet, and then also worked on the broadcast schedule for the following week and a fax to go out to all the parishes of the country, finalized some wording for that. Then at 11 a.m., I had a meeting with our social media coordinator, a very productive meeting. We're planning always how to get more reach on social media, and we are succeeding in doing that. Meeting with our executive director and executive manager in my office just before lunch. Had a lunch break, went back to some desk work, and then had 2 interviews in the afternoon here in the studio, and you'll be seeing these interviews as we post and spread them. One with our friend and colleague Tom Glessner, who's the head of NIFLA, the National Institute of Family and Life Advocates. And then, that was at 2, and then at 3, an interview with Janet Porter, a real pioneer in the pro-life leadership and really great supportive friend. We did an interview together. Did some more desk work, and then at 5 o'clock met with our gift entry department, and they gave me a report on your generosity, the monthly pledgers that give to us regularly. We get a report on that. And then, after that, caught up on end-of-day updates from the staff, and a quick dinner, and then at 7:25 p.m., I was here in the studio for a live interview on Grant Stinchfield's program on Real America's Voice. And right after that interview, I did a live broadcast from here at 8 o'clock of our Praying for America program. And then I went back into my office, got ready for ending the day. And then on Thursday, March the 30th, what did I do? Again, early morning, some taping, administrative phone call, and 8:30 a.m. staff briefing. Did some work at my desk in regard to a broadcaster who wants to take our Praying for America program and put it on their network. So we're starting negotiations about that, getting even a bigger audience for that. ProLifeVote.com, our election website, working with staff to get more information there. Working on updating the promotional material we have for our team member, Dr. Alveda King. Then preparing a fax to go out to all the parishes, giving them information about April as Abortion Recovery Awareness Month. And approving the e-letter that goes out to our coordinators of Silent No More in various parts of the country. At 10:15, I met again with our social media coordinator, working on a lot of projects, getting a lot of material out there. At 11 a.m., had a meeting with our executive director and one of our finance associates, working on some revisions of some brochures and some other matters. I went to the local blood center right after lunch and donated blood, as I do regularly. Came back here, had a meeting with our team that handles the studio productions and videos. We had a 2:30 meeting talking about studio matters. Then a 3 o'clock, or it ended up being 3:15 meeting with our travel coordinator and our executive director. So again, evaluating invitations that have come in for me and other members of our team to speak in different parts of the country, and we're planning logistical details for trips that are already on the calendar. Got finished with that 3:15 meeting just before 4, and then at 4 I had the privilege of having a half-hour phone call with one of the nation's top pollsters. And we talked about polling in regard to abortion and the elections and preparation of some of this information that we can share with pro-life leaders as we move forward in strategy. After that, it was time to review end-of-the-day updates from staff and have dinner. And then at 8 o'clock, I came in here to do a live TV broadcast for our Praying for America program, and then went to bed early after that. Those were the days of the 28th, 29th, and 30th of March, 2023. Thanks for keeping up on these daily diaries. I'm happy to bring them to you, and I hope your work is going well in this great cause for life. God bless.